Where? What's going on, YouTubers? Kevin here, my wrestling thoughts, and I just wanted to tell you guys my top 10 favorite Raw moments. Well, they're not in order, but they are my top 10. So, without further ado, let's get this started. Oh, I'm doing this in celebration of Raw's 1000th episode, which comes on July 23rd, 2012, 8 o'clock, 3-hour-long show. It's supposed to be the biggest thing. It's supposed to be like a pay-per-view on TV. Alright, so let's get things started. Number 1. Matt Hardy returns to attack Edge in 2005. Now, this wasn't in the script, and I had to help my cousin move out of her house, so come on, I wasn't expecting Matt Hardy to return that night. If I had, I would have said, listen, sorry, I'm watching Raw, but I was helping her move out of her house, and then I find out that Matt Hardy returned, because I'd been waiting for Matt Hardy to return since he got chokeslammed off the stage by Kane in 2004. And he returned when I wasn't home, so I missed it, but I searched all over. I could not find it on WWE.com. I had to do some serious YouTubing to find it. So yeah, I eventually found it, and actually no, I didn't start YouTube till October, so I found it somewhere. I mean, I downloaded it. I downloaded the episode off the internet to watch it. But it was awesome. I mean, like, it was just something, I don't know, like, I sit on the edge of my seat when I see reality come into the ring. Like, I know, everybody knows that Edge was sleeping with Matt Hardy. Edge was sleeping with Lita, who was dating Matt Hardy. Edge was not sleeping with Matt Hardy, by the way, people, that I know of. So, everybody knows Edge was sleeping with Lita, but nobody was saying anything on camera. So, Matt Hardy returned, and, you know, there was all these security guards, and, you know, you could see it, they were really punching the shit out of each other, and it was an intense moment on Monday Night Raw, and it was definitely one of my favorite top 10 moments. So that's number 1. Number 2, the year's 2004. The week prior to this moment, the week prior to this moment, Triple H, Chris Benoit, and Edge just had a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title. Randy Orton was the referee. Edge was in the crippler crossface, but he pinned Chris Benoit. And the same time that the ref hit the mat for number 3, Edge tapped out to the crippler crossface. So they didn't know what to do. So at that moment, the title was vacant, and Eric Bischoff decided to have the Elimination Chamber at the new pay-per-view, New Year's Revolutions, in January 2005. So he needed a special guest referee, and that special guest referee had been gone for a few months, and he was returning at my number 2 favorite moment. Shawn Michaels returns as the special guest referee. It was pretty insane because everybody in that ring was just concerned, because everybody who was in that match had done something in the past to cross Shawn Michaels, and they're just like, everybody is just really worried that Shawn Michaels was going to screw him over, and the most worried was Edge, because he was the reason why Shawn had to leave. He had to get knee surgery. So that was number 2. Number 3. Triple H gets drafted to SmackDown in 2004. Nobody expected it to happen. They all thought it'd be cool, but nobody expected it. And this is one of my top 10 because the 2004 draft episode was actually the very first episode of Raw that I ever watched, and it's when I started getting into wrestling. So this was a great night to start. Nobody expected Triple H. Now, I used to play, you know, I didn't watch wrestling, but I'd play my WrestleMania 2000 game on N64, so I know who Triple H was. He was in that game. He was a big guy, and, you know, both figuratively and literally, and you know, just to see him get drafted and the way everybody reacted, like, yes, he's gone, finally, bye-bye Triple H, now other people get a shot at that title. And, you know, it was a pretty intense moment. One of my favorite moments. I watch it on YouTube all the time. Number 4. Chris Jericho returns to Monday Night Raw and the WWE in 2007. Now, there had been these code-breaking promos that had been showing up for months. You know, in every single promo there was a code, like, that you had to decipher, and it would tell you who is behind these promos. And you know, like, it would have 3 sets of numbers, and those 3 sets of numbers meant stood for the day that Chris Jericho debuted in the WWE the very first time. And, you know, it was just stuff like that. So it was really cool. And when he finally came back, it was really awesome because, you know, I thought Chris Jericho was badass with his, you know, new haircut, you know, short hair. A lot of guys who, you know, become famous with long hair can't pull that short hair thing off, Edge. But, you know, he pulled it off, and he looked badass. He honestly looked like Bon Jovi. I literally saw Bon Jovi wearing that same exact outfit at a concert. So, but other than that, it was pretty cool. And even though this was technically a different moment, I still think it's one of the funniest things that ever happened. It was a week after Chris Jericho returned, and he said that Randy Orton was stupid. He was mentally challenged, so he had to explain it to him like he was a 5-year-old. He wanted a title match, so he said, "Me?" And there was a picture of him, Chris Jericho, up on the screen, and he said, "Want?" There was a picture of Cookie Monster, you know, me want cookie, and he says, "Title," and it was a picture of the WWE title, and he's like, "Match!" And it was a fucking match. So, like, he said, you know, pretty much saying Randy Orton was retarded and he needed pictures and short words to tell him what he wanted, and it was just really funny. It was those 2 weeks together were just incredible. Moment number 5. Kane returns in 2004 to save Lita from Gene Snitsky. Now, it had already been announced that Kane was returning after he had his larynx crushed by Gene Snitsky. He was going to return, let's see, November, December. He'd been gone for like 2 or 3 months. But it had already been announced that he was coming back, and he would be facing Gene Snitsky at New Year's Revolution. So everybody expected him to be at New Year's Revolution. Nobody expected him to come back early. And then when he was about to hit Lita with a steel chair, the whole arena went dark, and then it was quiet for like 10 seconds, and then and then you hear Kane's music, and he comes out, and I specifically remember Coach screaming, "No, it can't be! It is Kane!" So it was pretty cool. I don't know, like, I don't like Coachman, but I don't know, just the way, I think the announcers help give you goosebumps, and when that happened, I got goosebumps from that. So it was pretty cool. This is one of my top 10, obviously, Raw moments. Number 6, I thought this was awesome. I started watching wrestling in 2004, and I never really got to see the McMahon-Stone Cold rivalry, you know. So, at Homecoming 2005, I finally got to see what would be the climax of that rivalry. And it was moment number 6. Stone Cold stuns the entire McMahon family. I mean, like, you expected Vince to get stunned. Everybody expected that. So he stuns him, celebrates with a couple beers. Out comes Stephanie. Stephanie's running her mouth. She slaps Stone Cold, and then Stone Cold, I swear to you, it's one of my favorite lines he's ever said. She slapped him across the face. He's like, "Kinda wish you hadn't have done that." He's like, "Then again, I'm kinda glad you did." And then he gave her a stunner and then knocked her out. And then Shane McMahon came out, and then he didn't even get a fucking word out, let alone a breath. He just climbed in the ring, and the second he got his second foot over that rope, he got kicked in the gut and stunned. And he was going to celebrate, and Linda McMahon comes out, and you know, Linda McMahon comes out, and she ends up getting stunned, even though everybody thought he wanted to make out with her and shit like that. It's pretty cool. Check it out on YouTube. It's awesome. One of my favorite moments. Number 7, when CM Punk just, like, he broke the fourth wall, and he sat down right on the stage, and he just went nuts. Everything he had a problem with in the WWE and the WWE universe, he let everybody know. Things that nobody would have things that people wanted to say, wrestlers, but just didn't have the guts to. CM Punk said it all. You know, he talked about how Triple H was a doofus, and, you know, WWE is going to be better off when Vince McMahon's dead, but maybe it won't be, because it's going to be run by his idiot daughter and his doofus son-in-law. And, you know, he just said all these things that were crazy. And it was definitely one of my, if not one of my top 10, one of my top 5 favorite Raw moments. Number 8, ECW invades Raw in 2005. Everybody knew that ECW was going to have a one-night stand pay-per-view coming up, and everybody was looking forward to that. And then ECW, there was this thing, Eric Bischoff started this rivalry, so ECW invaded Monday Night Raw, and the people, the superstars who were against ECW, you know, seeing all those guys, it was phenomenal. I mean, you saw guys like Rhino in there, Balls Mahoney, Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, RVD. I mean, it was, oh, well, not RVD, sorry, that was the year he missed. But it was insane. It was awesome. And the ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view, the first one, not the second one, the first one alone was awesome shit. Number 9, how could I not put this on my list? The Eddie Guerrero tribute show. It was phenomenal. It was just lined up with awesome matches. I mean, I'm talking Shawn Michaels versus Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle versus Shelton Benjamin, Ric Flair versus William Regal. You know, it was incredible, and it was a touching moment. It started off with an awesome video package, and it was a great show. So that was number 9. And last but not least, number 10. I'm a big Jackass fan. I mean, big. So when moment number 10 came along, I was more than ecstatic. Number 10 is Johnny Knoxville hosts Monday Night Raw. Now, they did this celebrity, you guys remember the celebrity hosting thing, and, you know, when they got Johnny Knoxville, it was awesome. He brought the big hand with him, and he would hit, I believe it was Ted DiBiase. He hit Ted DiBiase with it, and then accidentally hit Maurice with it. It was a funny night. You know, he brought some Jackass stunts with him, and it was a night I'll never forget. So these are 10 of many moments that I have enjoyed on Raw and that I truly loved. So, you know, if you guys are still watching, thanks for sticking with me for the 13-14 minutes that I'm doing this. And you know, who knows, maybe you guys can either do a response video or you can do a comment video telling me your favorite moments on Monday Night Raw. They can be the same, they can be different. I don't care. Who the hell am I to tell you what not to do? But you know, take care, guys. Those are my top 10 moments of Raw, and I can't wait for the 1000th episode. See you July 23rd at 8 o'clock on USA Network. See you guys later.